Hi Tech Legion, this is Skate Nick here today, and we're going to take a look at a case from NZXT. This is the Tempest 410 Elite. There is the regular Tempest 410. This one's just a little different. What they have done on this one is put a side panel window in so you can see inside of the case, whereas the regular 410 just has a blank side panel which you can install 2 extra 120mm fans. Now the Tempest is meant for your entry gaming. The Tempest 410 and the Tempest Elite both run about $69.99, $79.99, so it's more of that kind of entry gaming sort of case. So if we take a look at the face of the case here, what we get is 3 5 1/4 drives. There's also 2 120mm fans here. These are touch removal fans, so there's 2 buttons on the side. You just push the buttons in, the fans actually slide out, and they have a contact plate for power on the inside here, so it just makes it a little easier for access and to change things around. And then also on the front we get 3 USB 2.0 ports, 1 USB 3.0 port, and our 3.5mm jacks. Power and reset button are right up on this edge right here. And these faceplates also do feature a locking mechanism to hold them in place so they don't pop out on accident. Now, the big thing that does differentiate this 410 Elite from the regular Tempest 410 is the window side panel here. And as you can see, they have a nice, it covers pretty much the entire side of the case. So you can see internally for, you know, people that have some nice internal components that they want to show off. The door does remove. It has 2 thumb screws and it just slides out of place. And the doors latch in with just your basic slide latch mechanisms. Now if we take a look at the front of the case, we do have the 3 5 1/4 drives. These are tool-free drives. Their tool-free mechanism just requires you to push into the side here, and then there are 2 little latches that will latch into your drive. Now the 3.5-inch bays do feature a tool-free design. They use these little tool-free brackets here, but in order to properly latch them in place, you will need to remove and insert them from the front, which is the main reason for that touch system design with the fans, so they're easily removable and you can access the hardware. Now if we take a look at the bottom of the case, there is a bottom mount PSU with a little vent there so you can mount it upside down. There's also room for another 120mm fan. Now if we take a look at the rear and the motherboard tray, we see there is the large cutout there. There's also the usual cable routing holes on the sides, and then on the bottom there they've also included 2 little routing holes right there. Each of the bigger routing holes has the wire protector rubber inserts. We have the expansion bays that give you the tool-free screws right there, and then a large 120mm rear exhaust fan. Now if we take a look at the rear of the case, we just see the exhaust fan, the expansion bays. There are 2 cable routing or liquid cooling routing holes there, as well as the little airflow grate here in the bottom mount PSU. And if we take a quick look at the opposite side here, we get a better look at the cable routing and the CPU cutout here. We have the holes with the grommets, and they do have some pre-wired ties and everything going right there. There's also a lip with about 25mm of space between the motherboard tray and the side panel here. It is a flat side panel, so they do need that extra space, but this is plenty of space to fit any nice thick wires through. And then I would say one of the bigger draws to the Tempest 410 and the 410 Elite is the top mechanisms they have. Underneath here is a little pop-out tray that does have little, as it will lock in different positions, but it's just somewhere you can store some extra stuff, little cables and whatnot, thumb drives, and it does lock and unlock into place. And then on the rear here, this cover does remove. If you just unlock and pull it back and out, this removes and it exposes where you could either put a liquid cooling setup or you can put two large fans there.